Yeah, so we are recording. Here are all of the fleet palettes from everything that was either made during or submitted during the modding jam thing that happened forever ago. Okay, guys, yo, what's up? It's Ixwa here, back at it again with another YouTube video. Yeah, Direct Scourge is part of a mod jam. Um, Okay, so YouTuber intro is over, but out of the ones that were actually submitted, that's gonna be the ones that this is the reject pile. These are the stupid people who didn't submit their mod. Everyone else over here, actually, I don't think the person who made this submitted their mod, but that's because they have like a non-Steam version of reassembly or something. I don't know. This one was sent to me personally, but all of these ones were actually finished on time during the modding jam. Let's move these closer. So yeah, so a lot of these palettes look really cool, and because one of the themes was organic and the other theme is defective, and a lot of people went with defective, and these guns will explode when you shoot them. I think I'm just gonna go into campaign mode and look at each of the factions one at a time. Oh, wow, okay, I didn't even know. So these are actually just entire custom asteroids. These aren't buildings. That's an interesting way of doing it. So you can shoot these things and nothing will actually happen. Okay, maybe not the whole thing is... These missiles are really cool, I remember, because they like spiral around you. But they do take very long to regenerate, and then they frag into little explosive things. These are nice frags. Guns are pretty normal, standard. Ship design is cool, I like it overall. It's very organic looking, which was part of what the mod was supposed to be. And then, are these set to point defense? Okay, I guess this doesn't work. Maybe because it's in sandbox, but yeah, pretty cool faction overall. Next faction, I guess I'll go in order of submission, was Scavengers, and their Steam name was Exosolaris. So I don't know who that is on Discord. This is probably one of my favorite mod jam submissions. They've got a really cool vibe with like the plating stuff they've got going on here. Nice shrouds. A lot of work was put into this, and I'm surprised that someone could make a faction like this in just a week. This one is definitely going a lot more to the defective theme, so I think these guns, yeah, can only be fired once. A lot of the guns on this faction can only be fired once. And as you can tell, some of these mods were cobbled together in a week, so obviously there's going to be some weird things that happen. But yeah, other than that, if I was in campaign right now, I'd be able to continue playing with this ship and it would regrow and I'd be able to fire it again. These missiles deal a good bit of damage. I was playing around with them earlier. And one of the things with this faction is just how like simple the ships are. Like the station is just 1 ring, 2 ring, 3 ring, 4 ring, and it works really well. So I think I might adopt something similar to this going in the future if I don't have ideas. Just have like one part of a thing and maybe copy it a couple times onto itself. I don't know. But overall, really nice ships, well-shrouded weapons. The frags aren't special too much, but it is interesting weapons, especially with all of the self-damage stuff they've added. And yeah, these big missiles are coming from self-damage launchers. Next faction submitted on Steam was Vindiction. So let's look at that one. Oh, whoops, that was a min palette. Okay, so these ones are little Hex faction. These ones probably also went for defective. Something over here is exploding, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't shooting at it. And this one's by I Am Bob. I forgot to mention that. Who is the person who bullied me into making this video. These ones do have some frag work because these bullets are facing backwards to give the little points. So props for doing frags in a week time. And the ship design is really nice too. Although let's see if Steam has anything about what this faction does. Oh, it's biological themed. Okay, I can kind of see that. There are some pretty interesting takes on biological theme in this mod jam, so yeah. But overall, this is a really cool faction, just from like how it looks, and these ships for building it in 1 week is really, really impressive. Next faction is we went over Planetites, so I guess Sea of Fragments now. Sea of Fragments was made by I think Killbot. And these ones, oh yeah, definitely Killbot. Killbot really likes this palette. Let's break things up a bit so the shields aren't overlapping too much. These ones are taking a lot more of a, what's the word? Organic aesthetic, just because of the way this type of palette works. Looks kind of flowery. Killbot's really good at making ships with this kind of palette, so I'm impressed that he made this in just a week. No shrouds, no frags, but still. And I think it might have been one of their first mods. I don't think it was their first mod, but they were very, very new to modding when I announced the modding jam, so good on them for putting this out in just a week time. Next up, hosts and parasites. So this faction doesn't look too special on its own, and I'll probably show it off in campaign later, but these ones have a really, really cool gimmick. Yeah, so these are... Was this made in a week? I don't remember. I think it was. I think this actually did make the deadline, which is super impressive considering how much work was put into these shrouds and frags and everything. But this is supposed to be a boss faction, and it's got weapons that I can't shoot. But yeah, it's got some really interesting frags. And that's not the only one it has. It's got some other ones. This one was made by Wowie. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, these ones are charging up, so maybe they'll do something. Yeah, that was definitely something. Maybe if I shoot an asteroid. Okay, yeah, so if there is something to shoot, then there's a lot of really neat frags. Oh yeah, and these Sierpinski triangles, maybe? I'm being dumb right now, I don't remember what they're called. But overall, really cool faction, and I think this was actually made in a week, so good on Wowie for doing that. And finally, there's one more faction that was turned in on time, and that one is called Experiment. So we've only got 3 ships, and these ones also went the organic route. There is some frag magic going on here, and the weapons in the palette are a lot cooler than what's used on the ships. But yeah, here's just a general overview of kind of how they look. Now there are 3 more factions that people started working on during the modding jam, but they never actually ended up releasing them to this day. So let's go over those ones really quickly before I show off the hosts and parasites. One of those was by Prototype, and this one is called Universal Champion. It's very unfinished right now. It has 1 gun. I will shoot the gun. Oh, I need generation. Is this a generator? Okay, let me just spawn in an infinite generator really quickly. But yeah, it's a very nice looking gun. Yeah, long range. Next one was, oh, that was by Prototype. I don't know if I mentioned that. Next one, Defective Organic by Alois, and this one has a ton of ships. And I guess Alois just wanted to have like a more polished mod. Very loud custom sounds, but custom sounds are impressive. Very cool that Alois took the time to make this. And this one actually has both its defective and organic, because it's based off of like skin and blood vessels and stuff. But also when you shoot some of the guns, they actually can break. So like this one right here exploded. Very cool faction overall, except for one small thing that Alois is saying in chat. Oh no, don't be too harsh. They actually made these basic blocks have torque, and these red basic blocks have generation, because oh, and they don't mirror apparently. At least in campaign, I guess not. They mirror for me here, but yeah, it's pretty funny because if you spawn in the mini palette, uh, you get every single one of these blocks just because each one of them has like a torquer flag or a thruster flag or generator flag or something, which is a bit weird. Um, Overall, though, pretty good faction. I think it could use some optimization. I think it's got some jank ideas, but overall, I like it. And again, the ships are very nice, and some of the blurbs are super funny. Like, where's the fake brain? It has a single crease. It's actually Alois's real brain. He put it into the game. I can be mean to Alois because he's in the chat listening to me be mean to him right now. And finally, there's my faction, which tackled both themes, organic and defective, but in a slightly different way because they're organic because they have like spider infested ships, and they're defected because the ships are infested with spiders. So obviously, I haven't actually done anything yet other than like these two caves and I guess this rock. But this ship is probably going to get changed. All of these shrouds are going to get changed. Although I did make some frag magic, which looks fairly nice. So I have that going for me. It's got like little acid clouds or something. And then the spiders, which normally don't pop out this far, but it's just campaign and they don't like being out or inside of a ship. You can actually fly around with them, and then they also have a smaller version of this weapon. Here's a closer up version look at the spider. And yeah, with that said, I guess the last thing to look at is the hosts. Here are some hosts. This one isn't working. What? Oh, okay. So as I get closer, they break apart and they reveal these parasites, which are very loud. Let me turn my volume down. I should have done this a long time ago. But yeah, really cool design overall. I feel like they're at least partially inspired by Yadana's Trespassers faction, but pretty cool design and really cool execution of the defective and also, I guess, organic part of the mod jam. So yeah, there's the faction review.